Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Kim here, and today is an episode of Thrifty Canucks. Now I will say this video is pre-recorded, so I don't know when you're actually going to see it, but Thrifty Canucks, it doesn't have to be a Thursday, it can be any day of the week when I go thrifting. So I'm not sure again when it's airing, but hopefully you will see it soon. So yeah, this is a combination and it's going to be a few times of things that I thrifted when I was with Thelma, things that, we went to that town-wide garage sale. I will try to do my best to remember when and how much I paid for stuff, because, I like to tell you all those things, but it was just a big whirlwind of events. So I know I'm going to forget a lot of stuff. But I just have to show you what I picked up for junk journaling anyway and how much fun it was. I think after the month of June, I'm going to have to go on some kind of a thrifting diet for a while to get some projects done. But I have a plan. I do have a plan coming up. So just to get started, I thought I'd show you some books. Now, this one, I know I picked this up at a thrift shop by myself. I think I paid $1 for it. It's a field guide to the birds. I just grabbed it. First of all, I love the green cover. So I know once I dissect the book, I'm going to definitely use this for a journal. And look at the inside end papers here. Just so pretty. I love the silhouette of the birds here. Now, this is from... Let's see, original copyright is 1934, and the latest one on here, reproduction, is 1947. So this book is at least from 1947. And it's your typical bird book. It shows you all of the different birds. In this case, it doesn't say Peterson. Okay, it doesn't say, is it North America? Found east of the Rockies. So yeah, could be North America, anywhere. But, it's got the basic stuff about birds, and different black and whites. But then it's got the colored images, which I will just get to one. There's quite a few plates. Here we go. Here's one of the book plates in here. I love these. I love using them for collage and for fodder in a journal. Great images. Is it only on the one side? Oh no, there it is on the other side. Hawks. Not really fond of birds of prey lately. I have a sad thing to tell you guys. My cat Baby, which is Ratatouille, Stefan was his real name, but we called him Baby. He was Lulu's husband. And when we brought Lulu home, he thought she was a gift for him. And he loved her to pieces. And Baby went missing about a month ago now. And he's very, very timid. So we know he wouldn't have gone near the road, but he was out after dark. And so we don't know when. We didn't hear anything, but we assume that some type of a preying animal got to him, and he's gone. The only other thing is I have noticed that he had been using the litter box a little more frequently, and not to any that we were overly distressed yet, because he didn't seem to show any signs of the distress. And, he had been for a checkup. We had talked about it. But it just, I thought maybe, he's 13 years old. So I thought maybe, he's gone off to go back to the mothership. I don't know. So yeah, it's very sad for us. I think the hardest part is for Lulu. She's really missing him a lot, and she looks out the window for him all the time, and she doesn't understand why he's not coming back. But yeah, so we're a little sad. We do understand, and I say birds of prey or animal of prey. We do understand the law of the jungle, and our cats were definitely not saints. They ate their share of mice and birds, and they had no reason to. They're well fed in the house. But they were all farm cats, and so they were used to being outside, and so there was no way we could keep them cooped up in the house. They would try to escape every which way from heaven. So we just kind of had the attitude that, well, you are part of the law of the jungle, and whatever happens, we have to accept that that's the way it is. And we did look for him. We have called him. I've left out food. I left out the litter box in an effort that maybe he's disoriented and he hasn't found his way back. But we do accept what is possible. And as well as I'm very, very sad, my heart breaks more for my other cat, Lulu, who really misses him so much. But anyway, Birds of Prey reminds me of that. So, again, it's just a reminder. But I do love this book, and I will enjoy using the birds. Here's some more colorful and pretty birds. I love the cardinals in here. Just beautiful. So I think I paid $1 for it. Anyway. This book, I'm pretty sure I got this when we went to visit Louise in Come By Chance. It's an antique store. She's got antiques and collectibles. And so I picked up a couple of books from her. This one is called Milton's Poetic Works. Love the handwriting in here. Somebody wrote a bunch of notes. And the copyright is 1909. Oh gosh, no, I can't see that. 1909. I have a magnifier here. Still waiting for my glasses, but they should be anytime soon. So original copyright was from 1877. Go figure. I can see that fine print way over there, but I can't see this up close to me. And very light paper, just fun color. I will use it for collage. Mostly I wanted the book cover. I love the notations in here, so I will read through some of this. And these are the pages I love to use in my journals with the notes on them, depending on what it is. And I will read through it, and then it'll get cut up. But I love the book cover. It's a nice hunter green shade and no fancy end papers. This one I thought is fun. It's called The Little Sister. And so someday I will make a journal based on The Little Sister and use the cover as it is, and hopefully sell it to someone who's going to give it to their little sister. Don't know much about the book. There are some fun images in here. 1928. Hector Mallet is the name. And a larger font in here. So this will get cut up again for collage and mixed media. And some great little black and white plates that I can use, illustrations that I can use in my journals for journal cards and tags and stuff, depending on the look. This is very pretty. I like that with the piano. So yeah, this is a fun book to use. They're looking for the cat underneath the bed. And then this one is called How to Be a Unicorn, because adulting is hard. I just had to have this. This I got at Value Village, and it was $2.49. It came from Home Sense at $7.99. It's not a real book, of course. It is a container. But I loved it as a container. I'm going to clean it up, and I'm going to probably decorate it a little bit more because I do love this, How to Be a Unicorn. And it has it on the side of the book. So I think I'll just leave the spine like this and then decorate this with a unicorn, and because I've got some really great images. And then, either put a book inside it or just use it for storage in my studio. I just loved it, and I loved it because it says, because adulting is hard. Sometimes it truly is. So then this was another package that I bought. And I paid too much for it technically, but it came with so many things that I wanted that I said, okay, well, if I look at it as $1 a piece for all the things that I wanted, I really didn't pay that much, because it was 5 times 7, $3.50 is what the price was. It is somebody's remnants from those diamond art kits, which I never understood, but I wanted a diamond art thing to pick up stones, but I don't know how it works. So I'm going to have to go watch a diamond art video to find out how you use these things, because there are lots of them in here. And there's a pen. So the pen is worthwhile to keep. Oh, no, not a pen. It's a pencil, and it's full of leads. So the pencil I will definitely use. But these are all diamond art things. Now, I don't know what this is. It's like some kind of little scraper tool or something. I will investigate this further. I don't know what this is for. But okay, so I'm counting the pen as one of the possibilities of things that I bought in this container. So then I'm counting all of these diamond art things. Now, I know that they pick up a stone, but they're not sticky. And I guess you must have to put something inside, because these ones have handles. And it looks like they come out. So you must fill it with something. Some type of liquid, maybe, like a light glue. I don't know. Something to pick up the gems. And I thought that would be very handy for me for picking up seed beads, depending on what it is you put in here to pick things up. Like I said, I've never done this art before, so I haven't even watched the video, because to me that's... And then it's got this little scraper thing here as well. Or, you know, maybe it's glue from the other end. I will look it up. If you have something to say in the comments, please let me know. Yeah, this one looks like it had some kind of gummy stuff in it. I don't get it. Okay, so it's sort of one of the things in the box or in the bag. This was something else that was in the bag. I guess you must use it for shoveling or you know, organizing your gems in whichever direction. But I thought, great little scraper. I will use this definitely in my studio as a tool. So I'm counting that as number 2. And then there was this little tray that I guess you use to hold your diamonds or whatever they are, those little gemmy things, and then pour them back into the container. Well, I can always use something like this for beads. I love that it has little ridges in it, so I definitely will use it for something for beads. So I'm calling that a score. And this one looks like another one, but it must have hooked onto something. I will give it some thought. It may end up going back to the thrift shop, but because I'm not counting it as part of my find. And then there are some little stickers. They're like price tickets, but I have a feeling it has something to do with this. So, and they're glossy, so I don't know how else I would use them. I could maybe stain them with ink and then use them as little spot elements, play around and decorate them and stamp on them and stuff. So it's not a total loss, but I'm not counting it as part. Now this looks like what that stuff is there. So is this glue in here? No, it's not glue. It's a little bit sticky, but it's not glue. Yeah, I'm going to have to take a course. I didn't know that diamond art was so intense. Okay, I'm putting it in the not what I got this for. And then there are these little sponges. And I just assumed that they must go around the handle of this thing. But I could be wrong. They could have another purpose. I just thought that they went around something to maybe use as a grip. I'm not sure. So putting those in the not sure what we're doing with that. So I've got a little pile of I have no clue. And then this little container came with some, I don't know if it's gems. Yeah, it looks like little glass gems. You know, sometimes we buy these things and we just get caught up. But these I will use. So I will put that over here. And it comes in its own little box. So I will get No, I don't think I really want the little box, actually. Don't like these little kinds of containers. And here's another piece of that glue. And like I said, it was $4.99 originally. And then I got this container. Now, this container opens up and you have little containers, which I hate these little things, that you put your gems in. And there are lots of gems, and some of them are loose here. I guess they didn't close these properly. I am not fond of these little, where you got to pick in there to get what you want. And if you don't close them properly, then you end up with stuff all over. But there's a lot of little gems here. So either I find a way to use these up, or they go back to the thrift shop. And I will keep the container. That is the one that I like. So when I count that as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, well, technically 6, because I have a tool that I don't know how I'm going to use yet. 6 things for $3.50. I don't think I fared too badly. But it was mostly, I was curious as to how that tool went, and the rest of this is just stuff. So some of this will go back to the thrift shop, and some of it will, once I know what these are for, if I'm missing out on something, this is going to the thrift shop. These, again, don't know what it is. Don't know if I would, well, the labels I would use, but don't know if I would use this. It just seems complicated. Like it obviously came off of something. So we will see. Not everything is a prize for sure, but you know, sometimes curiosity gets the better of us, and it was all because I wanted one little tool. And in all honesty, I did look at these diamond art tools on AliExpress, and I think they were about $3 just to buy just the tool. I think it gave you the tool and something else, but so I don't think I fared that badly. So yeah, that's my little treasure inside there. The bag, of course, is kept. And this little one I will use as well in my studio here. I like to put things temporarily in these little cello bags, and then as they, you know, have their day, I let them go. I got this William Morris Designs and Patterns book. Oh, it's beautiful. And it was $4.99, so $5. So it was $3.50 when I got my discount. And it is all plates. The whole book, you know, there's a little bit of a write-up of William Morris at the beginning, but most of it is full-size, heavyweight paper, poster-type plates. And as soon as I looked at this, I said, oh, these are going to make some beautiful traveler's notebooks, because if I fold that up in 3, it is done. It is heavier weight paper and a glossy finish. So I think what I will do is I will back it with fabric, a layer of fabric, and then another layer of paper, just to give it some, maybe felt, just to give it a little bit more substance. But yeah, I'm going to fold these up into traveler's notebooks and use them that way. Just beautiful prints that allow so many different colors and options. Some of them are a little narrower, but I will use them the way they come out of the book, or add something on the bottom, like some fabric or something, stitch something extra onto the bottom to make them all uniform. But I do love the prints. They are reproduction, so it's not like I can use this as a... it's 1988, not that old, and the copyright is held by Bracken Books. They may have colored them, or, you know, did something to change the look of them. It doesn't matter. I mean, William Morris prints are available online. You can find them going into the archives of different, you know, like the Library of Congress and those kinds of places. You can find them, print them out yourself, but you can't take someone else's reproduction and make copies of this and use it. But you can use the originals, which is what I will do for journals. But it's a ready-made book of journal paper, which I just love. No matter what, it will get used up, whether I use it for book covers or pages inside of a journal. It is excellent paper to use. And, you'd pay $3.50, all of that and more for a scrapbook, a pile of scrapbook paper for 40 sheets. You'd pay at least that. So I'm just going to switch it up a little bit. I went to the dollar store here in Canada, Dollarama, bought some colored index cards. I normally don't buy this stuff. I have white, and I can thrift white. I think you can thrift these too. I just haven't bothered to pick them up. But I found that these colors were not as bad as some of the colors you see them in. I don't really care for them in really bright colors. Sorry, Jennifer. Jennifer loves everything bright colors, neons. But these seem to be a little bit more subtle, and I thought these would make really nice backs for some fabric tags. I'm thinking some boho tags, and I would focus on these colors a little bit. But yeah, I just thought that they would be nice for ready-made tags. They're lined, so they're good to go, and you get 100 for $1.50. So I can do that and play around with these. I think there's some possibilities with this. But what I did find, and I really liked, although I haven't tried it yet, is in our Dollarama, there was, I think there was about 6 different designs. I only picked up 4. It's a floral tape, or it's, are they all called? Yeah, they're called floral tape. And it's by Calvin Crafting Supplies. Now I can take one off the, make sure I can cut this off. And they just seemed like pretty tapes. And I figured for $1.50, of course I'm going to try them all. Oh, I see. It has oh, it's going to be quite transparent. It's almost like a vellum-y look to it. And it's in, oh no, it's just got a layer of paper in between. So it is continuous. I thought maybe it was pieces. It is continuous, but you can cut it off wherever you want. So it lends to a really nice pattern. It's a floral on this one. I like this. And there's quite a bit on the roll. Let's see, it says 9.8 feet. So it's like probably like 9 or 8 meters. Or feet. Feet is 1. Yeah, 9.8 feet. So it's like 3 meters or 3 yards. Just over 3 yards. 3 meters. So that's quite a bit of tape for $1.50, I think. And so it's this beautiful floral pattern. And then there is one with feathers. Feathers. Oh, it looks like wings. Feathers and wings. They don't really say what it is on here. I don't need any more washi tape, but the price was right. And I figured, you know what? I'm going to just give it a try and see how I like it. Don't like this part so far. But that's why, oh, here we go. I'm pulling the wrong paper here. Okay, so there's the pattern there. And it does say, oh, I can't really read it that easily. The angel's feathers fell to pieces on earth. Not the greatest saying, but yeah, it's got some, some silver embossing on it, and they're pretty. I think they would be pretty. It's a nice width. It's 1.5 inches, wide. And then there's one with birds, and in a very soft color. I am not keeping this packaging, although, it does have a nice window, but I am not keeping it. I have got quite a bit of packaging, so it's going to the recycling. Don't worry, it gets recycled. Okay, I can't get it off right now. But yeah, it's there's some pretty birds on here, so this will be fun to use. And then the last one is dragonflies. And, who doesn't love dragonflies, right? So pretty. And, would make a nice border on a page or spot element, or even to collage over top of book pages. So either way, it's a pretty good deal. So if you live in Canada, stop at your Dollarama and see if you can get it. $1.50 a roll. There were a couple of other designs, but not something that I would want. I can't remember what it was, but it's been a while since I bought them. But whatever it was not something I personally wanted. But do check it out if you visit your Dollarama. This is something different. To me, it's different. Oh, I see this one is much wider than this one. Okay. I guess it's different widths, although it all has 9.8 in width, and they all say 1.6 wide. So could be just a little misprint there. So yeah, I got those. And then back to Value Village. I'll get that out of the way because that I'll put away after in a specific spot. I'll show you this one first. So I got caught up in buying baggies of stuff. This was brand new in the package. And I took it out and I tried it. I will have to give it a more serious try. Keep in the bag. It is a glue gun, and it is a pen glue gun. It was brand new. It hadn't even been used. There was a brand new glue stick inside and a second one that comes with it. So it's a premium hot glue pen made by Westcott, and I paid 8 minus, so 8 times 7. So I paid $5.60. Well, you'd pay all of that for a glue gun anyway. But it does have a very fine precision point, and I did try it on the back of this tag, and it does do a fine glue. I was just playing with it. The only thing is, you use it like you would use a pen. So you would hold it the same way you would hold a pen, and this is your trigger. But this part here, you have to bring to the top. It probably won't do it now. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, you bring it to the top, and as you're pressing the trigger, this goes down. So that's how much glue you have available for whatever writing you want to do. It is a very fine tip. But it'll take some maneuvering to get used to it. I think it would be good for making like little dots if you want to just glue spot things. So that would be something I would consider. The only thing is learning how much to press this, because even if you make a dot and move over to do another one, it's still coming out. So I think it just takes a little bit of, a learning curve to get through it and make it work. But yeah, I do like the fineness of the tip, and I think I could use it as a spot thing quite easily. So if you see these, you may want to pick one up. I don't know how much they are to buy at a regular price, but I don't imagine they're that expensive either. But yeah, I paid $5 for it. I don't think that's an outrageous amount of money. And the instructions are pretty basic. So now that I've shown you this, I can put this away, and this will sit on my desk for different projects where I'm just going to use spot glue to glue things down, and we'll see how it goes. I will use it and give you another review as I go along with it. But yeah, it is Westcott Project Mate. So we'll see. That'll go into my recycling, and this I will put away. That's the nice part about showing you all this stuff, is then I can put it all away where it's supposed to go. So then, this was another baggie, and it was $3.99, and this to me was a score. I really liked what I got in here for the most part. There's still a couple of things, they stuff some weird things in these bags. So 4 times 7, so I paid $2.80, and I got what I wanted, and I'm happy about it, was this silver elastic cord. So that in itself is worth it for me, because I do use this type of cord all the time, this elastic cord for Midori style journals. So I will use that. It also came with the same kind of a rainbow cord, also elastic. And that's also good for the same purpose. But it was $2 at the craft store. So again, if you look at it, $2 and $2. That's already $4, and I didn't pay, I paid $2.80. So it is worth it. And then it's the little bonuses that you get with it that have no rhyme or reason. Well, okay, these are necklace cords. They are just plain cords. I could use them as journal closures. That's a possibility. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They probably cost $1 at the dollar store or whatever. They do have the lobster claw and parts on it, so there is some salvaging or harvesting that it can be done with that. A little notebook that I will probably never use, but I have plans to do some little Christmas journals, so I could tuck that into a Christmas journal. It's a cute little gnome, so I will put it with my ephemera for Christmas. A brand new unopened roll that has 2.74 meters of brown with pink. Do you remember when there was such a craze over the brown and pink ribbons? It's kind of a grosgrain style of ribbon. Yeah, it'll just go in the ribbon pile. I will eventually use it up. And then another fun one is these craft metal rings, and it had a Dollarama. I'm wondering now, are they cutting out the Dollarama price so that we don't argue with them on the prices? Could possibly be, right? But even still, if you look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's still worth the $2.80. And I really needed the elastic cord, so it just saved me running to go get it from Dollarama, or even thinking of it and hoping that they still have it. They don't always have things once you find them. But yeah, craft metal rings, 10 in a package. We always use these for different things. They can be used for tassels, for book binding, whatever. So for $2.80, I got my money's worth, and the surprise of the thrill of what you find in the bag sometimes, right? And there are a few more little things yet, because I got to save the best for last. But I think we're getting more than the best. Okay, this. Okay, I have to move that out of the way. This was a gift from Thelma. She got 2 in the package. She only wanted 1. It is, somebody made this. It's needlepoint of some kind, a rose. Beautiful. There were 2 in the package. I don't think it's old. Made in France. But I will someday turn this into a book cover, I think, because it's just the perfect size. So, once this is folded back and trimmed away, and then adding some kind of decorative trim on it, I think it'll be a really cute piece to use as a journal cover. It's a pretty nice shape and nice size. Let's see what the finished... let's go from 10 to 2. So it's 8 inches, and this part here is... 4 to 16, so it's 8 by 12. So yeah, this is perfect this way. It's a little shy on this side if you're doing a standard journal, but I can probably extend it by adding something onto the bottom here and just kind of, doing a trim along the bottom. Can you see my hands here? Yeah, so I can add some kind of fabric or trim along the bottom and 9 by 12 it quite nicely. So I got that from Thelma. Thank you, Thelma. And then, while we were out thrifting somewhere, I bought this roll. It's an adhesive, fabric-backed adhesive. Don't know how adhesive it still is. When I checked the one corner, it just peeled away. So I don't know if this is it here. it looks like it's pretty old stuff. Can you imagine sticking that onto something in your house? Ugh. Yeah, I know it did come apart somewhere, but I will play with it and see. I don't think it's sticky anymore on the back. Well, maybe it's a little bit. Yeah, it might be a little bit. Sort of like a washi tape kind of feel to it. Might need some extra gluing, but I just loved it that it would make really cute strip borders for pages and stuff. I may have to stitch it on to further secure it. But it is a pretty print for that reason. It would also make really cute side tucks and pockets along the side of a page. So it has some possibilities. I like it. I don't think I paid very much for it, maybe $1 or $2. I wouldn't spring a lot of money on this. There is some staining where the tape must have been, but I can get around that by just distressing with a little bit of brown ink. So you're fine. And then at a trip to Frenchie's, I found this top, and it was $4. Yeah, it's pretty orange, but you know, I love this color. It has a satin, polyester satin underlay, and then this overlay of these little appliques. And these will cut out so nicely to use for spot elements and decorating on pages and stuff. So there are a lot of them. So I got my money's worth. Along the bottom is a border trim that can be used for a variety of projects. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seams in here. So you don't have a lot of real length. By the time I take this apart, I'm going to have a lot of 4-inch and 6-inch pieces, but it's still doable, and for the price, certainly worth it for all the appliques, because there are a lot of them that are in good shape. I don't know, I'd have to open up the seams to see what the shape is on these ones. And this is why I tell you, use a stitch ripper to open up these seams, because sometimes you're just missing a little bit and it's tucked inside there. Like, I don't know how far we can get into here. Yeah, I can't see. I'd have to start opening it up. But yeah, don't just cut, wherever possible, try to open up the seam. And, sometimes you can even salvage the zipper by doing that. So I will play around with this. This might be something that I can turn the camera on when I'm working on this one to show you. Along the top is a beautiful beaded yoke here, this top part. So that, and it looks like it's I can easily remove it and not lose the beads. You can't see it, but there are some shimmery sequins on here. But this is a really pretty trim, and it looks like it was connected right here. So I will get 2 pieces out of it. Yeah, it looks like the connection is right there. So that's not bad. I can't imagine somebody wearing this, to be honest with you. It's just a little too much for me. And it's got this ruffly thing going on here with more of the same fabric. So I will open it up. I will probably lose these beads because I don't know how they are applied, but I will do my best to salvage them. But already I see the beads are loose here, so I may just have to pull them off and harvest the beads. But, it's still got a lot of material here, and this ruffle, which I don't know where that's going to take me, but that I will bring you along for the trip as we do it. The back of it is partially sheer. So again, lots of these little elements that I can scoop. Now, here's something that I know you guys don't always think about these things, but I do. And so I can barely get my hand in this. Oh, here, I'll go from the top. Like when you look at this little applique, it is, this orange color with, there's like flecks of gold threads going through here. So when I cut this out, well, here, I'm just going to cut it. I'll cut from the center because this way, I can cut from, no, just cut from here. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out. but I will be cutting all of them out. So it's not like I'm cutting a big hole in this for no reason. I will be cutting it all out. So there is a beautiful applique just like that, and there's got to be 30 or 40 on here. And with a needle and thread, a couple of sequins with beads, and maybe a little flower or some ribbon, and you can make a really beautiful little cluster. You can add this onto a piece of book page, and just like that, you've got a fun little journaling card or something. And yeah, I will easily add in a couple of buttons and a couple of beads and sequins, and this will be so beautiful. And you know what? No one will have this. No one will have this. And even if you were to find the very same top, you would use it differently than I would. So don't hesitate to buy these things, because you get a lot of mileage, and you can take 2 of these and put it in Happy Mail, and whoever receives this from you will think, oh my gosh, what a nice little gift. And they just pick up a page so easily. Yeah, this may not be your color, but you know what? These take to dye very easily. And so you can dye this a burgundy. Play around with your felt markers if you've got the the fancy markers, scrapbooking markers. Play around with your markers or your inks. Dye it burgundy. Dye it use a blue to make some type of a green or kind of a browny color. The gold will still show through because it's a metallic, so you can change the color of this so easy. In fact, let's try that. Let's see, I must have a piece of scrap paper I can work on here somewhere. Yeah. Okay, let's try it. I happen to have some dead markers, and so I stuck them in this pool of alcohol, and I added a little bit more water to it. Or not water, ink to it. And now I have this beautiful ink to work with. Now I just need a good brush. Let's see, I've got a stippling brush here. We'll play with that. So this will turn it kind of a darker brown. So I used a little bit of alcohol, and I cut the markers open and took the foam coloring part out. I'm sure if you go online, you will see places where they show you how to do that. It was not a really hard process. But you can see already the color has changed again. So it takes on more of a goldy color. Oh, I should have done it on some real paper. So it's taking on more of a goldy color. So I'll leave it on my desk and let it dry and see what it looks like in a day or so. And since I'm doing it, I might as well do the netting too, because I don't know how far I will go with the netting. Yeah, when my markers stop working, I just cut them open, and I take the foam out and I stick it in some alcohol, and whatever happens, and then I use it for dyeing some pages. Oh, I can smell the alcohol in here now. Dyeing some pages or whatever. It's pretty fun to use for other projects. So it's taking on more of a coppery color instead of that orange. Now let's just go back. I'm going to cut out another one so you can see the difference. Where did I cut it from? Here we go. So even if it's not your favorite color that you find these in, there are methods and madness to changing the color. You can use your inks, your distressors. So there's the original color, and there's the painted color. So we'll see how these look, once this is dry. I don't think it's going to change much, but that was just adding green over top. So play with your burgundies, your reds, your brown inks, even the blue will give you something. It'll give you something different, right? So this way you can try it and see. Adding a little purple, what would happen if you added purple in there? And yeah, too bad I didn't do this on some some paper like book pages. but it'll be cute when it's done, for sure. Now, do I have a book page handy here? Yes, I do have a book page. So I will let this sit and dry on a book page. And so for $4, I got a whole pile of appliques and trim that I can use and change in any color I want at any time. I'm loving this. We'll see. I'm going to leave it on my desk to show you in a couple of days to see what the color turns out like. Now you know why my desk never gets cleared off. Okay, so the next two things is more fabric. Yeah, I know. But you would have bought it too. $1.49 and $1.49. Now, I don't know how much yardage is on here, but I just love this. This is a cotton fabric, probably a cotton polyester mix. I didn't even open it up, but I just liked the look of it. Oh, yeah. So, again, lots of journal possibilities, or I can fussy cut out these images here to use in projects for spot elements. Love this decorative end of it. Don't know the name. Mchit. But yeah, there's got to be a couple yards of fabric here. For $1.49, I'll take it anytime. And then this one. These are perfect for my boho journals. Most likely I would use as either the lining in a journal, or if I use it as a cover, then I would do some padding with felt or quilting material. And this has got some ugly birds, but you know, it's part of the design. And I love the border on this one as well. Very pretty. Now I can't really read that writing, but it's upside down and backwards anyway. So yes, lots of possibilities here, lots of things that can be used as elements if I wanted to cut it out. And you can also iron some fusible web behind it to give it a little bit more stability, so that when you want to fussy cut this out and use it as elements in a book journal, then you have some stability and it won't fray so easy. But for $1.49, $1.49. There's at least a yard or two here, and certainly fabric I will use no problem. So I saved the best for last because, you know, I like to do that. And although maybe you guys won't think it's the best, I sure do. And this was some trim from Value Village. Wow. You know, sometimes you got to wonder, they charge you $5 for that bag of plasticky bits of diamond stuff. And then they charge me $7.99, $8. So $5.60 for all this trim. Yeah, $8. So 3 balls of trim. Jennifer and Deb, do you need any of this? Now, it is variegated, and the color changes as you go along. It starts out in this brown, goes into this more rusty color with the black. So many possibilities for me for using this trim. I would love it for my journal covers. I would use it for my handbags. You know, it's stitched down the center, so you can add a braid in here. You can add other fibers in here to change it up. This is also great for doing snippet rolls to further enhance your snippets. Trim along the side edges of journals, handbags. I'm working on some amulet bags, so that's a possibility that I would use it for some of that as well. So I've got 3 rolls, this being the smallest. I can't imagine the yardage in here in the one ball alone. Like, I've already taken off a yard just in showing you. So there's got to be at least 10 yards just in this. 10, 20, 30, and I'm being kind because this is the huge roll here. So, yeah, I don't get it, but I'll take it. So that's it for my video for today. I hope you got something out of it and that you found some use for these things. Look at that. I'm liking it. So this will be interesting once it's actually dry, and I might as well take advantage of it and move it around and let the paper soak up these bits of color as well. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all a very creative day and a creative week, and get out there and start hunting and thrifting for some other goodies for yourself. Talk to you all soon. Bye for now.